Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 and remastered on PlayStation 5 was released in 2018 for the PlayStation 4. In it, this is more of this isn't an origin story. Basically, we see Peter in his prime, and as cool as we see him as he is going to do the opening gameplay is him going to take down Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, who you've probably seen in shows like Daredevil per se, and other stories in the MCU. First, I love the gameplay in here. This is just an amazing game. Like for web swinging, combat, everything. It just is wonderful in every sense of the word. And I like how, and I like how, of course, his trademark sense of humor is on display. When he fights something, is on display as well. I think I know, his wit is usually to keep, because it's to, give him confidence, I guess, as well, I think. So that's pretty cool. And also for collectibles, being an open world game of sorts, there's a lot of, secondly, there's not too much things, to tokens and stuff to get. It's basically you get, there's these random crimes, not unlike the Spider-Man 2 game on the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox Classic, but actually in this one it's better, of course, because this is a better hardware, where you can, you have to stop a car, you have to stop somebody in a car, a robbery, or some other random crime, and at the end you get these tokens you can use, and also these tokens you get from different things allow you to upgrade certain things. And there's also these at first you have to go find these construction sites after you take down Wilson Fisk, and these consist of you just fight a couple waves of enemies, and then at the end you get base tokens which can be used for other things, and as well as there are research tokens that actually unlock new suits, as well as I think there's also these tokens you get when you take because there's different landmarks that you take pictures of, because you're also a photographer, and so you get tokens for that, and all of them are used in a way that can be beneficial to your natural progression in the game, which is kind of neat and kind of cool and kind of a nice touch. It's kind of there's no worthless, to me, there's no, out of the tokens you get, there's no really worthless token to not want, because all these tokens you get from completing objectives and different things can actually make your character better. And of course, you level up usually too as well, so you get skill points, you can spend those on abilities that enhance you as well, because it's a modern game, it does those things. And I also like for the villains, especially for, this might be a little bit spoilery, but Dr. Octopus is in this game. And the way they go about doing it is really cool, about his transformation from Otto Octavius to his villainous, persona. It's very nice, it's very well done. I know this review isn't probably showing it because I'm only capturing enough that I need to show off gameplay and all that stuff. But I like how it slowly progresses it. He starts out very sympathetic. They made him basically a geek, a nerd, who just, he's suffering from something, and so he does this. He really does it to help himself as well, because he knows he needs something like this for himself. And I know I'm kind of generalizing his thing, how he becomes that. But basically, it's really, really cool, and almost it makes him a sympathetic, person, because it's he becomes at the end when he becomes when he becomes that person, when he becomes Doc Ock. I feel wow, you see him how he does that. It kind of sucks, but hey, you gotta fight. He's something you gotta do, and I like how and. There are moments of this game that kind of, near the end that made me cry a little bit. It's really well done. It's really well done, and I like too. I know they have Miles Morales in here, and I like how they have MJ, Mary Jane, like they too have their moments. I know, but I think there, and you actually get to play as them in certain parts, and with those I know, and they're more stealth related affairs. We have to avoid being detected or stuff like that, and that's pretty cool too. Well, of course, though, I prefer the Spider-Man sections for obvious reasons. But though the MJ and Miles Morales sections are a nice a little divergent from the action, and although it gives you a different kind of action, which is kind of cool if you like those kind of things. And so yeah, it's a really, I really enjoyed how the game, and I love the music in this game. The music in this game is wonderful. It's very dynamic at times. Although I kind of missed, after a while, the music that is used for like the web swinging and actually just swinging about is changed to something more darker, more moody because of the game's events that happen. But I kind of wish that they could have went back to certain sections where if it's daytime, go back to the more dynamic, the more epic, music. But then again, though, pretty much everything in this game, this music is epic, I think. But I guess I'm just a sucker for the epic, free roaming music that this game uses, which is really, really, really cool. And also, I gotta say too about this game, how it does things much differently than any other of the Spider-Man properties, the movies, and media I've seen. Whereas, even there's a lot of things that you wouldn't expect to happen with the main characters, like people who find out who he is. Some things you wouldn't expect, especially near the end, and it's really, really done well. And just like this game, it's like, and yes, by the way, yes, there is a Stanley cameo in this game. It's kind of cool, it's kind of neat, and I like too, like how they did with the characters of like MJ as well, like Mary Jane. I guess in the other ones, like she's like a model and other things I've been hearing. Like I'm only familiar with the Raimi trilogy Spider-Man Mary Jane. And like in this game, how they kind of made her like a reporter, which is like pretty much, I think it's gonna, I think it's not bad. It's cool how they kind of made that switch for her, and it's done very well too. That's why that's the stealth sections of sorts, and it basically like says to Peter, like, you don't need to protect me all the time. It's kind of nice how how that dynamic is there, and it does really well. It's like she's not just not really a damsel in distress per se, but like she can take care of herself, which is really cool, which I don't mind. It's kind of neat, and of course that's the slow sections again that I mentioned. So it's done really well, and I like how. But yeah, this is a really, really fun game. I love playing it. I think I finished it once. I know there's like DLC for it. I do have the Spider-Man Miles Morales, sequel game, and I might have to get a PS5 just so I can get Spider-Man 2, because I think I hear that had teased both Peter and Miles teaming up, which is kind of cool, which you never really saw besides the Spider-Verse movie from Sony, from that Sony, I think, made that movie too. So it's kind of nice to see them actually like teaming up together. So that's really cool. Really love that part. I can't wait for Spider-Man 2, which I'll probably have to buy a PS5 if it's not going to be on PS4, because I know with this console gen, they've been kind of doing games for the PS4 and PS5 or Xbox One X and Xbox Series X. It's been kind of a thing to this gen, as like stuff like that. But though, if I need to get a PS5 for Spider-Man 2, oh cool, I'll totally get one for it. It looks really cool. And yeah, this is a really fun game. I've been enjoying this game so very, very much. And I think too, it's nice that this game is 4K HDR compatible with my PS4 Pro. So as you're noticing, I think I captured the footage for this game, for this review in that. And you can see I'm kind of like to show off, I've been trying to swing where you can see like, I'm swinging a part where you can see like some good, as I think the sun is setting, I guess, in the gameplay. So I've just been capturing some videos. I'm kind of like adjusting the camera just to get a good angle as I'm like swinging to wherever I'm going next, because I do those things to show off what I can do as a thing, as a person on here, I guess. But this, I just want to show off. Yay! I have a 4K HDR capture device, and I'm so going to use it. Ha ha! So yeah, like this is a really, yeah. Of course, I really highly recommend you play this game if you haven't done so. It's fun. It's good, And please play. Of course, I'll do Miles Morales or a review of that sooner or later. But it's just, I really like this game. It's just a joy and delight to play, and the humor is great. There's more of the more serious parts. Of course, the main villain in this game, I think, is cool too. It's kind of nice. It's a villain I never heard of. I think it's one. I don't know if it's made for the game or it's just brought from something else. But it's cool. I love it. And apparently, this game takes on is like Earth 1048. I hear so. I did a little research. That's cool. But yeah, this is a great game. Please give it a shot if you haven't done so already. It's really good stuff, and yeah, it's a joy to play. So play the game. Play it now. Of course, I would have. I really highly recommend people play this. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next for whatever I do next. And I thank you all for watching this. You can see I'm not, you can see I'm not really streaming too much. I kind of go, I'm kind of going this and that. But just, thank you for taking your time of watching this, and have a wonderful day or night. And just thank you.